We have Marty Bass in the First Alert Weather Center. And Marty, this biting cold is going to be short-lived.
Yeah, fortunately it is. And I want to throw one other thing out there. It's always good seeing you. Good afternoon, everyone. 1 minute after the hour. If you're going to head out this afternoon, let's say you're going to go to the grocery store and go shopping. When you open your car door, don't let your hand off the door because the wind will just take it and bang it. Either bang the door, maybe damaging it, or bang it into the car next to you. Hold on to that door when you open it up because those winds are just absolutely howling. Wind gusts today as high as 40 miles an hour. Lunch hour, this hour feels like the 20s. By the afternoon commute, sun a little higher in the sky, actually a little warmer. It may, with any luck, feel like the mid-30s, with any luck. Here's radar. It's obviously a clear scan, but that wind is just howling out of the west-northwest. Now, we showed you this graphic yesterday, and you can see how the vortex, that cold air, has moved right on top of us. By tomorrow, it heads on up toward the Canadian Maritimes, then going, and gone. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at some current winds in the area because that's a big story. Wind speed standard, I'm going to call it right about 20 miles an hour for conversation purposes. Look at these gusts in the mid to upper 30s. Wow. Temperatures right now, that's irrelevant, the upper 30s to 40. It feels like January. Leave it at that. We have more First Alert details coming up shortly.
Well, here's a look at the Outback. 40 degrees right now. You probably had to hold on to your hat and probably a scarf if you had one earlier today because that wind was no joke. We have Marty Bass in the Weather Alert Center. And Marty, the biting cold, those winds, like you said, they're not going to last for too long.
But we're still going to be dealing with them today, and the breeze will still stay with us. But we're in the vortex of the cold and the winds. And remember, I said it earlier, I'll say it again. Hold on to those car doors if you're going out this afternoon because that wind will just completely yank them open, could damage the door of the car next to you. So that 40-mile-an-hour gust is a big deal. This morning we had wind chills in the 10s and 20s. By comparison this afternoon, 20s and 30s. We'll take anything we can get. Highs, though, without wind chill in the low to mid-40s. So even without the wind chill, it's an honestly very, very chilly day. I want to show these wind speeds again. They're chugging along in the 20s. The gusts, in many cases, are in the 30s now. Let's take a look at temperatures. All right, it's not the reality. For instance, pick a number where you're watching from. Let's just say you're watching from outside of Towson, 39 degrees. Well, what is the current wind chill? Well, it's going to be easily 29 to 31 degrees. So that's what we're dealing with as we move through the afternoon, but it could be worse. Okay, the mountains, this just changed. They've been dealing with snow showers this morning. I was kind of hoping it was still going to have the snow symbol, but it's now changed. Those lake effect snow showers have passed 30, and at least some sun is out, but they did have some snow showers out in the mountains of western Maryland. Let's widen the radar out and take a look at what's going on up to our north. They've had travel disruptions because of weather in Chicago, Detroit, all the way along the St. Lawrence Seaway into New York, and now some maybe travel disruptions around the Boston metropolitan area. We finally get a break in the action once we get by today. But we do need to talk about, well, let's, for instance, tomorrow, 56 degrees. In the morning, it's still going to feel like the low to mid-30s. I want to show you something very quickly. On Friday, that's not the one I wanted. On Thursday, we're going to bring in the drought monitor, and I'm pointing this out for a reason. We are still very bone dry in the area. 56 Wednesday, 58 Thursday, 60 Friday, 54 Saturday. We don't get any showers in the area until Sunday. So this drought is serious, and it's even getting a little bit worse. And on Sunday, we just have some light shower activity, nothing that will ruin your day in the area. Over to you.
Marty, thank you.
Okay, let's take a look. Let's go back to the 7-day forecast because I really wanted to point out the drought and next chance showers on Sunday. But also on Sunday, look at that, 4 shy of 70. I mean, once we get by today, we get back to the pleasant fall we've been having. 4 shy of 60, almost 60, 60. 54, 66, 56. And look at the overnight numbers. I mean, you expect them this time of the year to jump into the upper 30s, but we're not seeing any real terrible overnight numbers.
So we're kind of on brand at this point of November.
Yeah, I think so.